Hi there. I am Cindy Rowe, your host of The Kindness Advantage, where in 10 minutes or less, I will give you ways to incorporate kindness not only into your business organization, but also your personal life. And today's topic is very personal. I titled it The Downside of Being a Kindness Ambassador. Um, so, wanted to give you guys just a little bit of a background. Um, I have done random acts of kindness for to celebrate my birthday month for the last 8 years, and it is something that really has instilled a quality in me that I did not have prior to that. And I'm a changed person because of that. And that is why I love speaking to groups and organizations and women's groups and schools and administrators, leaders, because and entrepreneurs, kindness has absolutely changed my life when I started to put the focus on that. Now, because of that, I have basically self proclaimed myself as a kindness ambassador. Nobody else gave me that title, but it is something that I truly believe in, and it is a core value of how I live. Now, if you've heard me in presentations, if you've heard me speak on this podcast before, you know that everything is a work in progress. I am not perfect, and I strive for being kinder than I was yesterday. And it's always on my mind, right? And typically, I'm probably need more work on when it comes to my loved ones and my friends. They seem to take the falling out of when um, I may forget to be kind or put kindness first. And I'm very transparent about that. And the person I am today versus the person I was 8 years ago, um, I would never reflect on it. Like, oh, yeah, that probably wasn't the kindest thing I could have done. And I usually apologize or go back and say, you know what, I'm still working on things and I recognize that I did something wrong or whatnot. And I'm going to make sure that I do better next time. And just that reflection, I think, is huge in my journey. Now, I'm going to always be on this journey. We are all human, we all make mistakes. But recently, and I'm being very transparent and vulnerable. I'm not sure if this person will be listening in on this podcast, but it's not for them. It's for me, and maybe for the listeners um, to have a different perspective, right? So I was having a bad day. I have those occasionally, I try to be positive. I try to, not let stress get to me. But again, it happens. And it got thrown back in my face that I was not kind. In fact, they mocked me as quote unquote the kindness queen, and said it very sarcastically. And I was surprised and shocked, one, that it was thrown back at me like that. Here's the deal. We all can have bad days, and we all can feel like we don't want to be part of a crowd, and we deal with things differently. That does not mean we're not kind. I was never rude or unkind to this person, but I let my bad day show through my feelings and probably my facial expressions. And I forced myself through the day. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to put yourself in front of other people when you might not feel like it. And that's just the way business rolls, right? And maybe I didn't feel up to being in public that day. And maybe it showed on my face. I am not a poker face type of person. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I'm not, it's, I am who I am, and it's really hard for me to fake wanting to be somewhere I don't want to be, or being with people that I don't want to be with. And I don't remember the specifics of that day. It was actually just brought up to me. It had happened a while ago, and I was just shocked. And I just wanted, I think, just to share that message that even though I'd say that I am a kindness ambassador, I'm still on my journey to be more kind. And I think that's the lesson we all need to know, is that it takes practice just like everything else. And we are going to fail just like with everything else. But what we learn from those failures and what we take away and how we grow and become better is really what it's all about. Now, I didn't physically hurt somebody. I didn't emotionally hurt somebody. I didn't say anything mean. It was mainly in my expressions, and that got thrown back at me. So it's something I will definitely take into consideration for the future on if I am having a bad day, which we all have bad days. um, I'm going to realize that maybe I have to decline certain invitations, or I have to move things around my calendar to uh, make sure that I'm my best person. I'm my kind person when I have to be out with other people. So there's my lesson for you today. You know what? I guess there could be worse things in the world, but it was very hurtful. And it was a learning experience. So thank you so much. If you found any value to this, please share it with a friend. If you, you know, like my short little podcast, my 10 minutes or less podcast, I would love it if you subscribed. It really does mean a lot to me. And I love hearing the comments as well. So keep those coming. Really appreciate you all. I'll leave you like I leave you every week. Together, we can create waves of change through kindness. Have a great week.